Bait. The creator economy is, well, it's no longer a fringe market, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. But for the individual creator trying to turn this into a real career, the first big decision is paralyzing. Which platform actually offers the best shot at success? Today, we're diving into that, looking at the core financial viability for creators on the two biggest short-form video players, TikTok and YouTube, including Shorts.
And this is, it's probably the single most important strategic choice a creator makes. The platform dictates everything, not just your reach or how fast you grow, but critically, the entire financial architecture of your business. So we have to get really clear. Does TikTok or YouTube offer the superior path to generating, reliable and most importantly, scalable income?
I'm going to be arguing that TikTok's whole structure, the way it leverages that unique viral algorithm and much faster monetization, provides the clearest and quickest path to immediate income. It makes it, I think, the ideal starting point.
And I'll be maintaining that while TikTok offers that initial speed, YouTube offers fundamentally superior economics. I'm going to show that YouTube delivers while just dramatically higher value, more sustainable income potential, all anchored by its proven ad revenue model and its diverse feature set that's built for the long haul.
For me, this debate really just comes down to velocity. If you're a new creator, speed is everything. TikTok gives you a drastically faster track to building an audience and, getting monetized. We've seen creators go viral and unlock key income streams. I'm talking about things like live gifting and affiliate marketing in 1 to 6 months? You just don't have that same incredibly high barrier to entry you see on YouTube. And, look at the data for small streamers. A creator with maybe 5,000 followers can pretty reliably earn between $150 and $400 a month on TikTok Live. And that's all because of this very young, very engaged gifting culture. And on top of that, TikTok Shop integration is a huge deal. It drives these really high conversion rates, often 2 to 8% in impulse buy categories, which means that affiliate revenue can very quickly start to outpace any direct ad payments you might get.
That initial velocity, look, it's compelling, I'll grant you that. For a new creator, it feels great. But speed doesn't guarantee security, and it certainly doesn't guarantee scalability. If we zoom out and look at building an actual full-time career, YouTube offers just dramatically superior financial leverage. And this disparity as well, it's glaring when you compare the raw ad revenue payouts, the CPM. When we talk about CPM, the cost per 1,000 views, YouTube's standard rate is conservatively 50 to 150 times higher than TikTok's. On YouTube, you're typically getting paid, let's say, $3 to $5 per 1,000 views. TikTok's newer creator rewards program, even that, only manages about 40 cents to $1 per 1,000 views for its best content. So to put that in perspective, a creator needs 200 to maybe 330,000 views on YouTube to make $1,000 in ad revenue. On TikTok, you need between 1 and 2.5 million views to make that same $1,000. The financial leverage just overwhelmingly favors YouTube. Let's dig into that CPM gap for a second, because I think it represents a core structural flaw in TikTok's model for anyone who relies on platform revenue. That 50 to 150x difference, that's not a rounding error. It's an indictment of the ad inventory's value. Volume, no matter how huge it gets, it just can't make up for such a low rate once a creator starts to scale. And the reason for the gap is advertiser behavior. YouTube offers these high-value ad formats, pre-roll, mid-roll ads inside longer, brand-safe content. Advertisers pay a premium for that. TikTok, on the other hand, it's all about high-volume, low-cost ads that people just, they scroll right past them. TikTok is an entertainment velocity funnel. YouTube is a premium advertising platform.
I see why those huge CPM numbers are appealing, but I challenge how relevant they are for the vast majority of creators. If 95% of aspiring creators never even hit the thresholds to get that high CPM, is it really a better path? We have to focus on the time and the difficulty it takes to get there. Yes, the CPM is lower on TikTok, but the viral nature of the platform, the sheer ease of getting views, even at a low rate, it completely offsets that for a beginner. The requirements are just worlds apart. TikTok asks for 10,000 followers and 100,000 views in 30 days. That's a fast, achievable goal. Now contrast that with the YouTube Partner Program, which needs 1,000 subscribers and that famously difficult hurdle of 4,000 public watch hours in a year. Getting 4,000 watch hours from long-form content it's a marathon. It takes most beginners 6 to 18 months, sometimes longer. For someone trying to make their first $500, hitting that TikTok threshold quickly matters way more than the theoretical potential of YouTube's CPM a year down the road. And let's talk about live streaming, because as I said, that's where a lot of small creators get their first real, consistent income. I have to stress this. The financial culture on TikTok Live provides a much faster, more direct cash flow. The engagement, the generosity of the gift culture. It means small streamers see higher returns right away. Sure, a big YouTube streamer might be ahead at the very high end, but that's not where most people operate. TikTok rewards that active, immediate engagement with tangible gifts, and that provides this instant feedback loop that's so essential for a new creator's motivation.
Immediate cash flow from gifts is motivating, yes. But it rarely translates into a sustainable career if the platform's economics are fundamentally working against you. When we look at the financial ceiling, we have to look at the platform fees. And this difference is structurally crippling for long-term income on TikTok Live. YouTube takes only 30% of revenue from things like super chat, super stickers, and channel memberships. The creator keeps a massive 70% share. TikTok takes a whopping 50% of the gift's value.
Right, but
That 20% difference, that's not just a number. It means a scaled YouTube streamer is keeping an extra $200 out of every $1,000 they earn compared to someone on TikTok. So when you're scaling up to $10,000, $20,000 a month in live revenue, that high margin 70% split is precisely why mid-tier and large streamers earn 2 to 3 times more on YouTube. TikTok's high fee basically puts a huge tax on scaling. It just limits your earning potential no matter how generous your audience is. And that predictable, high-margin recurring income, mostly from channel memberships on YouTube, it just highlights the platform's ultimate strength, sustainability, and the power of passive income. TikTok is built on trends. Today's viral hit is forgotten tomorrow. YouTube's ecosystem, though, it's built around evergreen, searchable content. Tutorials, deep product reviews, educational videos, content that lives on search engines and keeps making you money for years. This compounding effect is the absolute key to a sustainable income. A long-form video you posted 3 years ago can still be bringing in 20 to 40% of your monthly revenue, totally passive. It's a model that's impossible to replicate in TikTok's trend-driven world.
okay, I fully agree that the passive, compounding nature of long-form YouTube content is immensely valuable. I do. But the sheer velocity of TikTok translates into superior performance for active external monetization, especially for e-commerce and brand deals. That trend-driven environment is just better for rapid brand integration and, crucially, impulse sales through things like TikTok Shop. Sure, long-form YouTube videos get much higher individual sponsorship rates. We're talking $2,000 to over $10,000 per video. But TikTok offers volume and these incredible conversion rates for physical goods. A creator can do 50 small, high-converting affiliate pushes on TikTok in the time it takes to produce 2 really polished, long-form YouTube sponsorships. The short-form content is the engine that builds the audience that even makes those huge sponsorship deals on YouTube possible in the first place. You need the reach that TikTok provides so efficiently.
I'll concede TikTok is a phenomenal engine for visibility, but that reach is primarily for building an active income stream that needs constant work. You have to keep pushing products, you have to keep going live. The difference is the asset itself. On YouTube, the long-form video is an income-generating asset. On TikTok, the creator is the asset, and they have to constantly perform. And look, we can't talk about YouTube's future without acknowledging the pressure that short-form video has created. We have to bring in the data showing that the introduction of shorts has had a statistically significant negative impact on long-form engagement across the entire platform. The data is very clear. Across a large sample of channels, there was a mean decrease in long-form views of over 743,000 views per channel since they started publishing shorts. So this suggests short form doesn't just complement long form, it actively cannibalizes the high-value, high CPM ecosystem that YouTube built its whole financial model on. If the platform is pushing creators to make lower CPM content at the expense of their premium content, then the average revenue per creator has to go down, right? Regardless of the potential CPM, it's a structural contradiction for YouTube.
That statistic about cannibalization is it's a sharp warning, I agree, but context is everything. And the data itself gives us the nuance we need here. We have to look at which creators were affected. The study categorized channels by their focus. The group that suffered the most, the L cohort, the ones focused on long form, they did see a very steep mean decrease, around 920,000 views. But, and this is the critical distinction, creators who were already focused on short form, the S cohort, they did not see a statistically significant decrease in their already low long-form views. So this shows the decline isn't a universal disease, it's a pressure point on creators who resisted adapting. And beyond that, the monetization decline wasn't universal across categories either. Channels in niches like information and tech were less affected than entertainment and lifestyle. So if your content demands depth, the value of long form is still resilient.
That's a fair point about adaptation, but it basically requires a creator to double their workload just to maintain their revenue, which sacrifices that passive income model we were talking about. The financial reality is still that a creator making high-quality, long-form content and leveraging that 55% ad revenue share on YouTube is maximizing the platform's resources. It is fundamentally a better payout structure, and that's why YouTube is superior for a scalable six-figure career.
But a superior payout is meaningless without superior reach to begin with. Let's go back to the beginner who's they're frustrated by that 4,000 watch hour barrier. TikTok offers immediate market entry, the ability to go viral fast and capitalize on that immediate active monetization through gifting and affiliate sales makes it the superior vehicle for any creator focused on rapid results. It's the most efficient funnel, period.
And conversely, YouTube is, I think, undeniably the superior platform for maximizing lifetime value and building a financially stable business. Its fundamental economic advantages, that 55% ad share, the 70% live stream split, and the evergreen nature of searchable video, they provide vastly superior financial leverage and long-term passive income once an audience is actually built. The high CPMs alone make YouTube the clear choice for anyone aiming for a full-time, sustainable career.
Ultimately, when you really look at both platforms, it suggests that the best strategy today might not be a choice of one over the other.
Exactly. It seems the savvy creator has to leverage TikTok for its strength, that rapid audience growth and discovery. You use its velocity as a powerful top-of-funnel tool.
Right, but then you have to intentionally move or at least cross-promote that audience over to the YouTube ecosystem to actually optimize for long-term revenue. Only by using YouTube's fundamentally better ad economics can a creator build, true sustainable stability.
Both platforms demand very different strategies to maximize income, that's clear. But the financial ceiling and the long-term security, that remains highest in the established high CPM ecosystem of YouTube.